This is 7 worst things about living in San Antonio, Texas, and we're gonna get into it right now. All right, so number 1 on the list is gonna be hot summers. A lot of the times when you guys are moving from out of state and you guys are gonna experience the summertime, it can be scorching hot at times. It can be in the high 90s. It can even get past over 100 degrees, which can lead to less enjoyable activities when it comes to going outside and trying to enjoy the outdoors. The only outdoor activity that I can think of that you guys can enjoy over 100 degrees is probably going to the swimming pool, your local HOA swimming pool, or maybe someone else's house that has a swimming pool in their backyard, or maybe even hitting up SeaWorld, where they have a bunch of water parks, Aquatica. They have a place within the SeaWorld park where it is like a splash pad for the kids. But San Antonio can be very, very hot during the summers. It's almost impossible to water your grass. You can still water your grass, but it's like pretty much in vain. I know from experience, I put in brand new grass, and for a little bit, like in the fall time, it was very green, but as the next summer approached, it was like beige, you know. I try to also like limit my water too. Sometimes the city can put restrictions on your water use depending on the levels of the water we have within the San Antonio water system, which is also SAWS for short. Even outdoor activities can be less enjoyable. I know that from experience. I mean, for example, like we also have Six Flags here. You know, you can go out and have a great day at Six Flags, but it can be super, super hot. And let's say you forget like a lotion bottle in the car, you can just like find explosions in the car, you know. And if you have chapstick and it's like already been like halfway used, it can be melted, and like it's just very, very annoying. Things like that might be a problem. It's not the end of the world. I've gotten used to it. Locals here have gotten used to it, but that's something to consider whenever you guys are considering moving to San Antonio. Okay, so number 2 on the list is going to be traffic and congestion. Right now, if you guys have visited San Antonio or you're here locally, you're going to experience the traffic and congestion, the construction that's being taking place around the I-10 corridor, the I-35 corridor. I mean, you can just see the footage that we have here on the screen. I mean, it's just annoying right now. I know it's going to be great long term. But a lot of during the COVID time, a lot of influx of people, part of which is also my fault because some of you guys that are watching also bought with us here in San Antonio. So this is one of the reasons why San Antonio is growing. It's a very popular city, very laid back city to raise your family and enjoy a lifestyle here. I literally just talked to a stranger who just became a friend, and I asked him how long he's lived here. He's lived here all his life. He loves San Antonio. I'm actually filming this video at the Rim Shopping Center, which is a great location just to hang out and have a good time. You have a bunch of shopping you can do here. You can have a bite to eat here, get some grub. You have some ice cream, which is over there, called Lick. You have behind me North Italia, one of my favorite Italian spots. Just a great place to be. But in regards to construction, we have a lot of expansion of the lanes being built right now. It's going to take several years as this project for San Antonio is taking place. It's just annoying, you know. Sometimes you gotta wake up maybe an extra half hour earlier before you go to work just to make it on time. You know, in the mornings you're gonna have a bunch of traffic, even in the later afternoons during rush hour. So it's just a lot of bottlenecks. So just be aware of that you're gonna experience some delays whenever you go out and commute for either work or meeting up with a friend or having a brunch, whatever the case may be. Just know that San Antonio is expanding, and with that also being said, you know, prices are gonna go up eventually even more. So it just depends what time of year you're watching this. Maybe you're watching this and the San Antonio lanes are already complete, but right now in the year of 2025, I'm filming in the March of 2025, construction is being dealt with right now, so it's going to probably take a couple of years for it to be complete. So that's what we're experiencing right now. Number 3 on the list is going to be public transportation limitations. I know in the bigger cities up north, New York, Chicago, Seattle, Portland, all these bigger cities are going to have public transportation that's going to be way easier compared to San Antonio. San Antonio, the only public transportation that I know of, and I think the majority of the locals know here, is the via bus systems. I personally have never went in one. I've never used it. I never had the need to. But if you're moving to San Antonio, if you do not have a car, it's going to be pretty much difficult to get yourself from point A to point B wherever you're at in the city. So I definitely recommend you obviously have your own car, right? That's a given in any city across the United States. But in regards to public transportations, we do not have trains, we do not have metros, we don't have subways. The only public transportation is the via bus systems, and obviously your Uber and Lyft drivers. Some of the public have to rely on those vehicles, those forms of transportation. So number 4 on the list is going to be mosquitoes and pests. So because of the warmer climates and sometimes it gets humid here, it's going to be an ideal environment for these types of insects out here. It can be very annoying during the late spring, early summers, late summers with the mosquitoes, especially when it rains. It can, if you have certain puddles in the backyard, they love to gravitate towards those areas. I know from experience when showing properties to clients, some of what you guys are still watching and probably have experience with me, especially the vacant homes, since it's not nobody lives there. You'll see some of the cockroaches with their bellies up. People probably spray solutions and chemicals around the house. So whenever the roaches come in contact with them, they go belly up. I remember stories with my sisters. I was probably at work with my dad back before when I was in construction, or with my dad doing floors, whatever, and then they just text me or call me, hey, there's a cockroach, come kill it. I'm like, well, I'm at work, So anyways, but you're gonna experience that from time to time. Don't be alarmed. We also have those like Geico lizards looking things in the city of San Antonio, so those can be very helpful. They eat those type of stuff, so don't kill those guys. You're gonna see those guys around your properties as well, so they're pretty cool to see. If you guys are coming out of state and haven't experienced that, you're gonna see a lot of those little lizards as well in your backyards, which is pretty cool. They have those like red throat thing where they blow it up. Really cool to see. But when it comes to pests and mosquitoes, we do experience that here in San Antonio. Alright guys, so we're going to take a quick break, and if you guys are looking to relocate to San Antonio, move to San Antonio, go ahead and hit us up, contact us, and give us a phone call, text message, or email if you guys are considering moving to San Antonio. And now, back to the video. Number 5 on the list is high property taxes. I know from other states, you also have a state income tax and also federal tax. Over here in the state of Texas, we do not have state income tax. So with that being said, we have to make money some other way, right, as a city. So you're going to have higher property taxes. It ranges above just above 2% here in the city of San Antonio, Bexar County as well. But you're gonna probably see it a little bit more on your expenses, on your monthly expenses, on the higher priced homes, more expensive homes. So if you want to save money, you're gonna have to reach out to us. Let us know what fits your budget, so that way we can help you in regards to your monthly payment and all that stuff, so that way we can point you in the right direction where you can get your most savings when it comes to purchasing a home here in San Antonio. So when it comes to that, that's something that a lot of the feedback I've been getting when people are moving from out of state is they love the affordability, which is still affordable, but at the same time they're like complaining about the property taxes, and I don't blame them. That's a fact here in San Antonio. Number 6 on the list is going to be lack of urban development and cultural activities. What I mean by that is I've noticed in the city of San Antonio, a lot of these like older restaurants that are not performing well, like fast food places like Carl's Jr., I don't know, certain other restaurants, they're not doing well in business, so they have to shut down. And then I see, all of a sudden the restaurant being demoed down to the ground, and then all of a sudden these car washes pop up. Okay, fine, one car wash here is great, but then I see a lot of these patterns like car wash here, car wash there. I'm like, it's kind of annoying to see that. I would rather have like restaurants or coffee shops or things of that nature, just so it could better the area. I'm not for you guys or whoever's watching that do have car washes. I'm not against you guys that do for that, because it's a great income producing asset. I think it's also a recession-proof asset, because everybody needs to wash their cars, right? But it's just something that I've noticed around town. I wish, like these bigger cities like Austin or Houston, they have better amenities for the city to enjoy. Right now, I'm sitting in the Rim Shopping Center. I'm like literally in the heart Behind me is North Italia. Over there on that side is Torchy's Tacos. The movie theater's on the other side. It's just Bass Pro Shop is here. You have Terra Cafe over there. I mean, just a lot of cool things to do here at the Rim Shopping Center. I used to live here with my parents growing up on this particular side of town, which is why I love to gravitate here. So if you guys are like, let's say in the Houston area, I consider this like a Woodlands area, just to kind of have an idea. From other bigger cities like Chicago, New York, I don't know what to compare it to, but this is just like a very great spot, great hub to be around. You have like a lot of shopping on that side. You have your Ross, your Targets, your you have your Raising Cane's, you have your just a bunch of selections, right? So I mean, what I do appreciate in the downtown area in San Antonio, they developed the Pearl District. The Pearl District is an awesome place to do, which is what I would love to see more of in San Antonio. But you'll notice if you guys move here that you're gonna see a lot of what I'm talking about, you know. Not to hate on, you know, investors, but you know, it's just like if you're an investor, I'm the market. I'm speaking to you. Build more restaurants, build more higher end developments, so that way a lot of people can feel more safe, more even it's safer at night. Even in the downtown area, I've noticed like a bunch of these like hobos, you know, living under the bridges with tents. It's kind of getting worse near the downtown area, which I don't like personally. Every time like I have some a guest over from out of town or out of state that are really close to me and I want to show them the city, I'm like, close your eyes, guys. It's kind of annoying. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's annoying. So that's something you're gonna experience here. I hope San Antonio gets better in the later future, but that's something that we're experiencing right now. Number 7 on the list is going to be allergy and air quality. So that's a big problem here in San Antonio. We're approaching the spring right now. I'm filming this in the month of March 2025, and we're getting into the springtime. As you can see probably around me, or earlier probably in the footage, you're going to still see the trees are, some of the trees are still naked. They haven't budded yet. Their leaves aren't out yet. But as it progresses towards the springtime, when they do get their leaves in and their plants going, you're going to see a lot of this green dust, this pollen that is going to sit on top of the rooftops, that is going to sit on top of these vehicles, your cars. And so it's going to be a little bit annoying, especially for those of you who have allergies. It's going to be very difficult to enjoy outdoor activities. You're going to be so congested. You're going to need your Kleenex all the time. You're going to be on certain medications. There are medications out there, but it just can be very annoying. It could take several weeks, maybe even a month for some people to just recover. It is what it is. I personally don't have any allergies. It just sucks, you know, because I have to clean you know, my deck. I have to clean my cars. Obviously that's a given. That's something that you should expect to do. But you know, the air quality can be a little bit disgusting at times with the pollution around, you know. Recently, a couple of days ago, the sun was so like deserty. I felt like there was like a bunch of dust in the air, and it felt like I was in a movie, you know, like in a desert movie, or I felt like I was in some sort of like Mission Impossible in the desert type of feel. That's how the sun was. But that's something you guys can expect. I mean, all these lists, guys, this number 1 through 7 is not the end of the world. These are just some things you guys can experience when you guys move here to San Antonio. So I want to make sure that whenever you guys are in the research phase, that this stuff you can expect. And I know that these things can be very helpful when making that decision to moving to San Antonio. And hey, if these things have swayed you away from San Antonio, by all means, this is why I'm doing these types of videos, to help you guys make the right decision. And then if it's another city, another state, by all means, go for it. But if San Antonio is the right fit for you guys, go ahead and contact us below. We'd love to contact you guys. We deal with clients every day, with people just like you that are moving here to San Antonio, relocating to San Antonio. So if that's someone like you, reach out to us. You can contact us through a phone call, text message, email, Zoom call. Doesn't really matter how you get a hold of us. The most important thing is to get a hold of us, so that way we can help you guys make the best move possible and make it as smooth as possible for you guys. So if you guys like this type of content, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and go ahead and watch some more of our videos on our screen.